With abortion being outlawed, people keep talking about, including you, Dobbs and the names of the case. I just like to say abortion is outlawed in, I think, 14 states now, most recently Arizona. And what do you think, just a departure maybe, or you can bring it back to Lady Justice if you want, what do you think that is changing, if anything? I'm not asking you to make a prediction because I know everybody's doing that, but it's clearly waking people up in a way that was hard to predict maybe.
So I think I have two answers, and one of them is, and I think I say this in the book, but I learned this from people like Dorothy Roberts and Peggy Cooper Davis, Black women scholars who've been writing about this for years, again, in obscurity. Peggy Cooper Davis, I think, is one of the people who warned us years ago that this was going to happen. Dorothy Roberts warned years ago that if you could start to criminalize pregnancy, you were going to criminalize parenting, and that the canaries in the coal mine here are African-American women. And so again, part of the answer is, if you were a Black woman in the South, you never really had a right to abortion, right? If you were in Mississippi, if you were in Tennessee, if you were in Alabama, you had a paper right to terminate a pregnancy. But between the Hyde Amendment, which made it impossible to fund it, and travel, and having clinics closed all around the country, Dobbs only was a wake-up moment for people who thought that everybody in the country had access to abortion. And so, and Carol Anderson makes the point about voting in the book. If you are, for the first time in your life, standing in line in Georgia in a pandemic with a water bottle and a battery charger because that's how you vote now, please understand, she says, that's how Black people have voted in this country since they were allowed to vote.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the things I want to think about in answer to your question is this leveling, right? Like, oh, it turns out like now all of us don't have the right to abortion, whereas before it was just if you were poor or you were Black